Hey Danny, what's going on? You still coming over for dinner tonight?
Yeah, Unc, I still want some Zana.
You know, you're a smart kid, and you sound it when you don't say things like that.
It's called assimilation, dude.
But you were born in Arlington Heights.
Whatever, Unc. You know, Mom's been so busy doctoring, we got no food in the cupboards.
So you mean my brother, Bob, has no food in the house whatsoever? That's shocking.
Well, Dad still has a bunch of booze, but I mean, we all remember how that turned out last time.
Well, from what I recall, it was probably the best high school kegger that I've ever been to in my 30s, or at least in the top 5.
Well, it was a good thing I invited all those college chicks.
If you hadn't, I would have succeeded in busting up that party, and might even have some respect from your dad still.
Well, at least he lets me come over for dinner from time to time. Hey, we can talk about that short story I wrote last week.
Okay, Danny, I'll see you in 10. Hey, come on in.
Dude, you wouldn't believe what happened to me today, but I'll give you 3 guesses.
Well, can I get a hint?
I finally know what Dr. King felt like when he said, "Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty, free at last!"
Okay, well, guess number 1, you left the cult.
Michael, for the last time, it's the Catholic Church.
Tomato, tomato. Anyways, so guess number 2, you finally got around to saying Black Panther, and now you know what it feels like to be liberated by the white patriarchal oppressors.
Yes, I did,
Nice.
and it was great, but that's not it.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Well, guess number 3 then, you must have left the Xenomorph Queen.
Yes, I did break up with Melissa,
Okay.
but that's not all.
Do tell.
I may or may not have punched my boss in the face and gotten fired / quit.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. Well, this has to have something to do with the Xenomorph Queen, right?
Yeah,
So,
he and Melissa.
you know what? Okay, actually, I'm hearing this. Wait 2 seconds. Here, Danny, come on in. This is good.
That seems convenient.
Why don't you take a seat? Apart from getting some fine Chicago pie, I think tonight you will also be able to learn a little bit from the hard knock lessons from my old college roommate.
Sweet.
All right.
So Melissa's been staying over a lot lately, all right? And some things seemed like it was up, okay? Now, I have nothing to substantiate these suspicions, but my gut has never led me astray.
Well, except for all of the times that it has.
Exactly. Anyways, so she stays over the other night. She winds up coming out with me and some of my coworkers for some drinks, okay? Then Lombard shows up and things just get really weird. And then all of a sudden, he leaves, giving some bullshit excuse that he clearly made up because he's an awful liar.
Wait, who's Lombard?
I sometimes forget how young you are. Lombard, from Office Space, cult classic from the 90s. His boss, aka Greg, is Lombard. Continue, Carl.
I am my liege. So anyway, Lombard's around, and he's giving off really weird vibes around Melissa.
The Xenomorph Queen.
The what?
Jesus Christ, Mike, has the kid seen any movies before the year 2000? You were doing a terrible job at uncling.
Yeah, well, his dad is my brother, and you've met him, plus, his mom's kind of a bitch, so what do you expect?
I mean, I know I'm supposed to defend my mom and everything, but yeah, that's true.
Don't you see what I have to work with here?
Alien, James Cameron, best movie ever. Can I continue?
Indubitably.
You were such an asshole. Anyway, so the vibe last night was just really freaky with Melissa. So anyway, she leaves for work a little late this morning and she left her phone. Now, before I wind up going into the office, I see it and I take a look. And she's got a text message from some guy named Greg.
No.
So I'm thinking to myself, Greg, like Lombard Greg? So I open it up. You want to know what I see?
Holy shit. What?
The biggest goddamn dick I have ever seen in my life. And I mean, it leans so hard to the left that, you almost feel bad for the guy. Because, like, it's got to be giving him a gimp or something. It's like throwing his weight off like that.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm scrolling back in this conversation. I'm going real far back, but I still can't tell if it's like Greg from The Office Greg.
Lombard. So how the hell are you gonna find out what your boss's dick looks like without coming across like a total nut job?
I waited by the water cooler and I Sherlock Holmes the hell out of this guy. Alright? So he goes in the bathroom, I follow him. Now, I've got her phone. Okay? So I'm taking notes. If you know what I mean. So anyway, I take a look down, and it was totally his. Now, I gotta admit, he was a little creeped out, but just as he went to say something, I leaned down and punched him in the dick.
Wait a second. So you're saying that while you guys were taking a leak, you knocked out your boss?
Yeah. For, the peni, as it were, was a match.
What happened then?
He said I'm fired and called me a psycho and a bunch of other things that, probably not to say and probably not appropriate to say in front of the kid.
I'm 18, not 12.
Yeah, well, anyway, so he told me I was fired, and I immediately yelled, I quit, and I told him, you can have the xenomorph and the job and cram them right up your ass.
Badass.
Yeah! Yeah! So, yeah, I came over here, and I think that we should get drunk.
Well, we have the kid here.
18, not 12. Barefoot?
Okay, right, that's fine. I'll get some cups, I guess. But then I can't get too drunk, though, because I still need to finish that piece for Bleacher Nason.
Yeah, and we still need to order that za.
Right, yeah, no problem. And then afterwards, you can show me that short story that I keep hearing so much about.
Damn, this shit's dope.
You're white.
Hey, I will have you know that I'm 8% victim, okay? My great grandfather banged a native Cherokee Indian chick. And I'm from a tribe called Checkahoe.
Good for you.
Well, anyways, back to your story. I mean, I thought it was great. I just think that maybe you need to flush out the motives for your antagonist a little bit more, you know?
Yeah. Your protagonist needs to watch out for the femme fatale character. Because, as Dr. Dre said, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And he was a licensed physician.
No, he was not.
He should have been a licensed physician. He has an MD of the streets.
Okay, I think you've had a little bit too much to drink tonight.
Wait, hey. What about me?
Well, you're crashing on the couch here. His ass has got to go home. I've already lived with him once, and I'm not doing it again.
It sucked. I wanna push you around.
You're not making any sense now.
It's a Rob Thomas lyric.
Or maybe you're just drunk?
You're a witty one.
That's actually why I want to become a writer. And if I could, if it wasn't for Mom.
Well, man, it's your dream. Of course you're becoming a writer. You gotta become a writer, okay? You've been talking about it ever since you were a kid reading all those X-Men comics. But it's not their life. It's your life.
It's my life.
It's now or never.
Wait forever.
Who even is that?
Man. That is Bon motherfucking Jovi! Kid, you got a lot to learn. But if you hang out with us, you'll be alright.
I'll be what? An unemployed alcoholic?
Exactly.
You know, it'll be fun. Once you're in college, you can come over and do this stuff all the time with us because his ass ain't getting another job for years.
Do you think it's too late for me to ask Lombard for a reference?